I want your gut talking to you. Maybe it's not your gut. Maybe it's your brain. Your brain and your gut are actually tied together. We can get on that subject too. But the point being is, you have that feeling, that sixth sense, whatever it is, you're feeling that I shouldn't do this job. You know you shouldn't do it, so don't. You don't need every sales. I know if you want the money, but you shouldn't do it. It's a given. You know it. I know it. It- Sometimes you just gotta say no. What's that mean? Well, you have a specialty, and your company is developed around that. I remember a time where I was always told to sell, 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 and you get the sales. That's what you want, and but it just becomes such a headache. I'm telling you that the crews hate it. You got to set up your equipment differently. It's just a big old pain in the ass, and you know it. And everybody's down on you. What are you selling this shit for? And that's what they'll say. Exactly what they'll say. Why are you? Well, because I want the sales. Well, sales is important, but profits beats that all to hell. You need more profit. How do you get more profit? With the right type of sales. Now, you might not know what that is, so talk to your guys about it, or ladies. I'm not trying to, whoever it is that's part of your business, they know what type of sales make the most money. And if they don't know, then that's one of the first things you need to do. Go back a couple months, look at them, figure out what it is. What was the fastest job? What fast did you get done sooner than you estimated? What made more profit? What are you doing more proficiently than the market is bearing? What does that mean, Chris? Well, if you're able to sell a job for 10,000 and only costing you five, and the market does bear 10, great. You're making 5,000 profit, probably more than somebody else, because you're doing it. A long time ago, I became a production manager of a company and went to the sales team. I was part of the sales team actually. I said, listen, I am never going to tell you no. As long as you bring in a job, it's like this, this, and this. Don't worry about me saying no, because if you bring it, I'm going to find a place for it. Now, if you bring these other jobs in, we may do it, but probably not, because I'm not fair to the other customers and your other salesmen to bring in the right stuff. Now, you might be the only salesperson on your team, and you get those little feelings when somebody calls. I get calls for remodeling sometimes. Do I know how to remodel? Yes. Should I be remodeling? No. Can I remodel jobs that are my own? That's one thing. But if you're going to remodel a job for somebody else, because I talk about buying projects and stuff, yeah, that's one thing. But you're your own customer then. But if you've got to do a remodeling job and your crews don't like remodeling, don't know how to remodel or whatever, can they remodel? Sure. Takes the same amount of tools, but different mindset. That's for damn sure. And it's not maybe not as fast. You don't know what you're getting into, but you know better. But Chris, I need the sales. Hell, go find another sale, price it appropriately, and get that job. You'll be money ahead in the long run. And I need you to define that client. What type of client do you best suited for? Missouri Barn Builders, we're designed for barns and barn dominiums. That's what we do. I don't do remodels. I've been asked to do remodels. You got to say no. And you know what it is? Or, you know, some clients call and you can just tell they're going to be a pain in the ass. Should you go with them? Probably not. Think about that. Can I get a person to pay me the same amount of money and be a whole lot nicer than this guy over here? Sure. Is that guy being cheap? A cheap guy is going to be a pain in the ass guy. A nitpicky guy, and I'm not talking about giving bad quality of service either. What you do every day, you know a good client versus a bad client. You know it, I know it. So identify that person and then tell your sales staff or tell yourself that's who you're looking for. Create a red flag list. Like 3 strikes you out and all that good stuff. Where you say, okay, this guy's beating me up on price. This guy doesn't contact me back in appropriate time. Hell, I got people that don't give me freaking plans to build a house. Now, there's one thing they don't understand the process, and you help them go through that process. That's good service. But I'm talking about people that don't respond and can't get you a damn plan for a job. Well, that means to me that it's not as important to them as it is to me to take care of them. I'll say it again. That means to me that it's not as important to them for me to take care of them the way it should be done. I can't read their minds. You can't read their minds. So there's three flags right there. Whatever it is, create that red flag list that's going to identify to you or to your salesperson or your future salespeople when you train them that if these three flags go off, we don't need them. Price your jobs for profit, not approval. What's that mean? Well, just because you want the job, and it could be a lot of different reasons, you still got to make it profitable. Now, there's some strategies in there we get talking about, right? But that's a whole different subject. We're talking about you have to be profitable. If you're not profitable, you're not making money, you're not growing your business, you're not taking care of people, and you're not covering your overhead. Price it accordingly. If you really want a job, then sit down and talk to your guys about how you can do that job more efficiently to bring down the price so your costs aren't as high. But don't just be pricing something because you want it and think it's all going to work out for you. Trust your gut. I got a big one. So my gut is probably oversized and I have lots of feelings in there. I'm not saying you're big as I am, but I want your gut talking to you. Maybe it's not your gut. Maybe it's your brain. Your brain and your gut are actually tied together. We can get on that subject too. But the point being is, you have that feeling, that sixth sense, whatever it is, you're feeling that I shouldn't do this job. And it could be ultimate kinds of reasons, all kinds of them. Don't have the right equipment, don't have the right team. Hell, it might be you. I really don't want it, but I'm needing the sales. Don't let it trap you because you think you don't have any money now. Wait till you start doing it. And that money's going to cost you a whole lot more, and you're going to have less money than you when you started out. Think about that. And I do like this one. I got all kinds of stories about it. Now, respect your schedule. Now, I'm not saying you can't move things around and work people in and all that good stuff. Take care of your people. Take care of your clients. What I'm saying is shoving something in place that definitely don't need to be there. It's not fair to the people that are taken care of. It's not fair to your good clients. We're talking about making a list of clients that are ideal. Well, it's not fair to those other clients. If you're trying to take on somebody else that you shouldn't be taking on, cramming them in and messing up their schedules too. So respect that. This is your company, it's your flow. If you don't like it, find ways to change it and improve it, but don't do it for the wrong customer. Do it for the right reasons. When you say no, you're getting respect too. That person should understand that no means no. I apologize. What I do talk to you apologize to that client, but what I do recommend as far as good service goes, help them find somebody that can take care of them better than you can. If they're a good person to begin with, they're just not the right client for you. They'll respect you and know what you stand for and the type of client you need. That way, when they come across somebody, they're going to turn them over to you. That means a lot in my mind. But by saying no, also you create space for the big clients, more profits, long-term growth, and a team that believes in what they're doing and that you're just not trying to exploit. Exploit's probably a bad word, but you're not trying to squeeze things in that they don't need to be doing, that they know what they're doing. They have a specialty, and you are a specialty company designed to produce X. That's what you need to do. So think about that. Next time you get a call in, what am I going to do when I get a bad call? Imagine either taking care of that client as far as sending them somewhere else, helping them find that person, or just respectfully bowing out saying, we're not the right company for you. And if you're struggling with that type of business in your company and you want to talk to somebody about it, in link below, there's a 30-minute free consultation with me. We'll be happy to talk about how you can pick out the right customers, ideally. And also, if you want to help and talk to other contractors like yourself, then go to our Facebook page, and it's a group, Hard Hat and CEO. Our Facebook group gives you daily information, inspiration, and links to other guys. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week on the next episode of Hard Hat CEO.